This is excerpts, very brief excerpts from my 26,000 word long Arrival chapter. It introduces so many things because it's got to introduce all the elements, it's got to set out a stall, it's got to display everything, so at the end the viewer will have a handle on the series and have an understanding, an idea where it's coming along. All the ideas and the concepts, it has to condense and compact many of the ingredients into this 50 minutes. As I said earlier, the first cut was 90 minutes. So traditionally, a pilot has a larger budget, more preparation, more care and attention, and explores all the territory that we're going to. For a 1984 documentary, McGowan confirmed, he said, "It was the best pilot script I have ever read. I asked them if they would mind if I put in a couple of things which they could throw out if they didn't like. We went just a little further in certain areas, the political area for instance." Okay, so what I'm going to do is I've decided to pick a scene and talk about that particular scene. And this is when he's taken to the hospital after his escape attempt. He walks past the conditioning room, the therapy room, with the doctor. His attention is caught by a glass panel in a door that's emitting a dull pink glow. Curious, he takes a look. It is the conditioning room. Sitting along each side, bathed in soft light, 5 men and 5 women, all wearing iPads and white robes, backs resting against the wall. If any viewer thought they might still be watching an episode of what might be a continuation of Danger Man, this would cause them to re-evaluate their assumption. The doctor explains, group therapy counteracts obsessional guilt complexes producing neurosis. As the prisoner comes away, we see in the foreground a young shaven-headed man with unseeing staring eyes and pieces of what could be tape applied to his bald cranium. He and the doctor, the prisoner and the doctor, enter the examination room, and the assessment, such as it is, involves the prisoner's details being programmed into a computer which disgorges the results, all very futuristic. This incidentally is being observed by number 2 on a screen in his living quarters. He is reporting to his superior, which we must assume perhaps is number 1. The doctor says to number 6, "You're free to go in the morning. We'll fix you up with some new clothes." "What about my old ones?" "They've been burnt." "Why?" "I'll take you to your ward." This is what happens in the village. You don't get answers. They just say something else and ignore you. So, as they go out, the prisoner's attention is caught by the sound of nonsensical noises in a sing-song kind of way. It emanates from the conditioning room. The P looks through the pink-lit glass. The scene is the most curious and surreal yet. The script expresses, no longer are there rows of people there, only a chair highlighted by a fierce spotlight, blackness all around. It's like the electric chair. The shaven-headed young man seen earlier is strapped into it. In front of him, a slender fountain of water. A ping-pong ball bounces on top. The young man is smiling radiantly and singing at the top of his voice. He's wearing the prisoner's old clothes. So obviously some experiment is in progress, perhaps an interaction between the man and the baby rover. Maybe the gibberish sing-song is programming, even communication. After all, the viewer is unclear whether the amorphous globe is machine or life form. There is a sequence in the free-for-all chapter that may offer further clues. Where the clothes are concerned, it is a further step of distancing the prisoner from reminders of his previous life. This scene may also be part of the indoctrination, allowing Rover to get the scent of the prisoner, or a symbolic transition of energy. So, really, Arrival falls into 4 acts. Act 1 allows the prisoner and we, the audience, to discover some of the confines, customs and coercions of the new environment. Act 2, where we discover why he's been abducted and what they require. Act 3 is a first escape attempt and its consequences, the disturbing abyss of the hospital and what takes place. And of course the surreal elements that emerge as the story gains momentum. In a way, Act 4 is a new storyline involving Cobb, the woman, and number 6's second attempt to leave the confinement of the village. Naturally, number 6 is more trusting here than he will be in the future, unaware of course, for example, that Cobb has new masters and willing to betray him. So, Arrival sets the scene and introduces us. It poses at face value the major questions and a number of mysteries. Each episode from now on will explore particular themes. As a point to ponder, you may wonder, to what extent does the prisoner's plight mirror your own situation or one you've endured? Determine, if you're in one, how you might address it. Where would you like to be in 10 years' time? You might want to write a plan of that. Then you've got a goal that you can get to. To what extent have you experienced a day that might equate with the prisoner's introduction to the village? A first day at school, new job, an alien environment, a stay in hospital, a visit to a new country? Arrival sets the scene. Thank you.